Welcome back to another episode of
Hot Comics,
a series where I help you by trying to let you know about comics that I think will be heating up. So before they get too expensive, now's your chance to buy them. But before we get into the video for today, I want to let you know again, just a reminder that I am doing a comic giveaway. All you need to do is leave a comment on this video in particular, or any other video that I might happen to have and you might happen to watch. There's a link in the description with full details, lots of cool books, including a sweet John Romita signature. Now, let's go ahead and hop into it. The first book I'm going to talk about today is Invincible Iron Man number 3. I think this is volume 3, if I am correct. I'm good at remembering the numbers of the books and the covers and everything, but the volumes, they always get me. There's too many volumes of certain books. But this is, you can get this book for about $20. And this is the first time Riri Williams actually puts on the Ironheart suit. I think it is the Mark II. It's also when Tony Stark suggests the name Ironheart. So, pretty cool book, a little under the radar right now. I talked about Invincible Iron Man number 1 a while back with the first cover appearance of her armor, and I do really think both of these books are going to explode. You can find them pretty cheap. I found some as low as $4 just going to different comic shops and stuff like that. So I've got 3 that I think are pretty solid that I actually sent off to get graded. Hopefully, I'm hoping to get, maybe a 9.4 or 9.6 out of one of them would be super sweet. But we'll see how it comes back. I'm definitely going to keep one. There's a new Ironheart figure that's going to look super sweet side by side with it. And I think, I have one of these Invincible Iron Man number 3 also getting graded. So I think it'll look super sweet, maybe back there on the shelf somewhere. In future time, it's going to be a while till we get those back, though. Those are one of the newer things I sent in. Moving on to the next book, I have Thor number 2, and this, I believe, is volume 6. This is the Donny Cates run. And you can get this book for about $40. And this book isn't any kind of MCU speculation, which is what most of my stuff is for the most part. Because that's where the big money is. This one is, so this is the first cameo appearance of Black Winter. And I just don't think, I know Donny Cates has said that he's not done with Black Winter. We got a little snippet of him in the early bits of this Thor run. And he's going to come back sooner or later. Donny Cates has hyped him up a little bit. It said something in a tweet was like, we're definitely not done with Black Winter. And Black Winter, if you aren't aware, is, if you're familiar with how Silver Surfer is the herald to Galactus, Galactus is the herald to Black Winter. So Black Winter is like leagues above Galactus. And even Galactus and Thor, slight spoiler, I guess, but they faced them in the comic and they weren't any match. There wasn't even really a fight, honestly. It's really great run of Thor. If you haven't read it, I super suggest it. They just finished up a new arc, and I don't know what they're going to be doing next. I am excited to see what happens. I really enjoyed this run so far, and I do think Black Winter is coming back potentially soon. So this book is kind of sleeping right now. Like I said, you can get it for about $40. I think I said that already. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but I said it now. But I really think you should hop on this before Black Winter returns. And in that same mindset, the next book I'm going to talk about is Thor 5. Now this book is the first full appearance of Black Winter, and it's about $50. And I really love this cover. Both of these books, by the way, have variants. I actually have the 1 in 25 for the Thor 5. Now you can get second, third, whatever, fourth printings on these. For the most part, I think the second printing on number 2 holds some value. But I wouldn't worry too much about the other printings, at least right now. I could be wrong. Maybe they're good investments. Because right now they're not they really haven't done anything historically. I think the second printing number 2 kind of held some value and still does. Obviously the 1 in 25s are both good books to pick up, and I would recommend those for sure. And again, they're relatively cheap right now. They're obviously going to be much more expensive than the regular versions, but for now they're fairly affordable. And I think it's solid books to pick up. Again, this is the same thing, but this is the first full appearance of Black Winter. instead of first cameo appearance. Both solid books, about the same value. Moving on to my fourth book. This one is a bit of spec, okay? I like to throw in these wild accusations, not wild accusations, but wild speculations. So this is Punisher 218. This is, you can get it for about $20, and it is the first time that we get the Punisher War Machine armor. Beautiful Clayton Crane cover. Really, really love this cover. I'm still looking for this book myself. I've been trying to find one like at a steal. It's pretty cheap. I should probably just buy some on eBay or something before something happens. Now, my speculation with this, everyone really likes, for the most part, the Netflix casting of, Punisher and also Daredevil, and I know we don't like Iron Fist, but other than that, the casting's pretty on point. So there's been a lot of cry for the continuation of John Bernthal as Punisher. And, it's looking likely that we're going to get Charlie Cox as Daredevil, maybe in Spider-Man 3. Maybe a little bit later. And I'm trying to think of when would be a good point to bring Bernthal in. Now, this might be a little bit too much, but I think it'd be super awesome to bring him into Armor Wars. Because the whole point of Armor Wars, and this is obviously going to be a big deviation from the comics anyway, because we don't have Tony Stark. So I think if we're going to basically just keep name alone anyway, it's going to be pretty different. I mean, I guess you can take the events and just put Rhodey in there instead, but I think it's going to be pretty vastly different than the comics and how they played out. So if we're going to go ahead and go that route, let's get... basically what's happening is people are stealing the Stark technology, making Iron Man-esque suits. So if we're going to go that route, give John Bernthal a Punisher suit. It would be super awesome. Great way to bring him back. And if that happens, this book could very, very well explode. There's a good run, like at 218, 219. There's a 224 is a super solid where he's holding the flag. Bunch of good Clayton Crane covers of him in the Punisher armor. I think all of those are honestly good books to pick up. My cat is going rampant right now. She's just, let's run into everything right now and step on this plastic. Because that's what cats do. But anyway, I know it's far speculation. There's no way to confirm that. You might be buying this book and it may never go up in value. I don't know, but I do think it is a gamble worth taking. Now, the last book I want to talk about, I got to throw in two things. One, I like to try to throw in at least one, slightly pricey book. And also, I like to try in one X-Men every time I do this, because I'm telling you, X-Men books are the way to go right now. My mind is blown. I got, where is it at? In the middle shelf there, I picked up my X-Men 266, First Gambit. I picked it up, I think in February. It's a 9.0, right? Yeah, 9.0 newsstand. I picked up for $120, and that was a very fair price at the time. I might have got a little bit of a deal, but that was relatively a fair price. And now that thing is going for closer to like $400. Like, that is insane growth. Sorry if there was a bit of a weird transition right there. My camera just decided to die on me. But the last book I wanted to talk about today is Avengers Annual number 10. Now, this book is a little bit older, so it depends on condition, but you should be able to grab this book for around $100, kind of a decent grade. Upwards from there, kind of just depends on exactly how good of a copy you want to get. Now, this is first appearance of Rogue, also first appearance of Madeline Pryor, but that's a, side note. You want this book because it's first Rogue. Now, I think since we have the seeds planted that is Captain Marvel, this gives us the opportunity to have, Super Rogue. Because Rogue steals Captain Marvel's powers, and that's how she actually becomes an awesome hero, capable of doing many things. So in the Fox movies, we had Rogue that was, didn't really want her powers. It was more of a curse. She couldn't touch anyone without dying, which still is, part of her shtick. But at least this time we get to have a Rogue that is like actually helpful, really powerful, and very unlike the Fox Rogue that we had before. So I think, I think they're going to take a departure from what Fox did. Like they might do Gambit, for example, because we haven't got Gambit, but well, we kind of got Gambit before, but whatever, the other X-Men that didn't really get the spotlight. We'll probably get some of those X-Men, but this I feel like will be a completely different take on Rogue, and there's a very strong chance, I think, that we'll get Rogue. And plus, Rogue is just a fan favorite as well. It's one of the core... I know she's not like an original X-Men by any means, but she's become such a core foundation. When you think of X-Men, that's definitely one of the characters you're going to think of. And I would be quite surprised if they don't try to set up Rogue now that we have Captain Marvel. So I don't know how soon into... I can't imagine... Like, we might even get it in the next Captain Marvel movie. Like, it's pretty plausible. They might want to take their time and introduce her first, then wait a little while, and then give her the Captain Marvel powers, at least anyway. But, I mean, I think Captain Marvel 2 is a strong possibility to get Rogue. She could pop up at any other point as well. It's hard to say. But this book is a book that's already decently priced, and I think will just become very, very expensive very quickly. And I highly recommend trying to find this book if you can. This book is actually going to be in our haul video this Sunday. So you might want to check that video out to see what other sweet books we picked up. Because there is some cool books, and I might even pick up more books before the video comes out. Because that's what I do. But, again, reminder, if if you liked anything, you have any thoughts about anything I've said, hi Daphne, leave a comment below. That'll enter you into the giveaway. And while you're down there, leave a like and maybe hit the subscribe if you haven't done that already. It sure means a lot to me, helps me to know that I'm making quality content that is helpful or entertaining in some way. I feel like with the hot comics is more, I'm trying to be more educational. But that is going to be it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back on Wednesday with new comics for the week. Have a wonderful day and see you then.